Shame. I don't know if you're having a lot of it, but I sure did. I did have a lot of shame. It is hard to admit, particularly when you think of yourself as a smart person, and we do think of ourselves as smart. You know, I'd had a successful career in technology and management and consulting. What would they think? Would they judge me? I was just doing everything I could to hold my memory together. I would work long hours into the night when nobody could interrupt me just to try to keep up with things that had always been easy for me. I was doing everything I could to show that I was still on top of my game, even though it was just an extraordinary struggle. And I thought, oh, is this what it is to grow older? No, it's not what it is to grow older. It's what it is to be in early stages of dementia. That what would they think thing, it kept me from coming clean and getting help and struggling for 3 years. 3 years I struggled unnecessarily because of that shame monster. And it's so much better now that I've, taken action, turned it around, and recovered all the function that I had lost. It's such a gift. I cannot describe what a gift it is. So, from one human who has struggled to another, here's the gift on the other side of admitting and going and getting help and doing what needs to be done to make that help real in my life. People, for a long time, even after I had my turnaround, I wouldn't tell people because I didn't know what they would think. And then it was about 3 months into my recovery when it was noticeable that I was getting so much better. And I asked my doctor, so how much runway does this buy me into my future? Does it buy me 6 months, a year, 5 years maybe? She said to me, Dorothy, you keep up these new habits and you will have a dementia-free brain for the rest of your life. Oh, that was the beginning of me beginning to get out of shame. But it did take a little bit more to get me out of the shame monster's mouth. I think of shame as a big monster that kind of has us in its maw, so to speak, and it did take me a while to get out from that. It was probably a good 8-9 months later before I said anything to anybody else about it. Of course, my family noticed it. We talked about it within the family, and they were really quite pleased. But to say it in public for the first time the reception was extraordinary. I didn't know what to expect. I decided to be courageous and just say it to a group of, it was about 80 people. And they were just awestruck and so appreciative to know that there is an option. The magic of that moment was to let me know that other people deserve to know. Other people do deserve to know. And when you do your turnaround, one of the gifts that you can give to your fellow journeyers on this wonderful journey of life is to let them know that there's hope for them. Hope is a wonderful thing when you've got a strategy to make it real. And we do. So it's been absolutely magical for me, and I wanted to make sure that you know that if you're feeling shame now, that can go away. Dementia can be turned around, and you can be victorious as I and others have been. And we know how miserable shame is. It was awful for me, and having a way to move forward has been one of the greatest gifts of my life, aside from my 2 wonderful children. So I hope that's helpful for you in letting you know that shame is something that you can put behind you, and life is much better when you do. That's all for now. Until our next video, make it a great day. See you next time.